Hello and welcome to Spirit Touched. We're going to be talking about contrasts, and there are quite a few of them in the Bible. Acts 6:8. When Saul/Paul watched the stoning of Stephen, he was a slave to ritual and rules. Acts 9:1 through 19. Then, on the road to Damascus, he was set free by that blinding light and the voice of God. Those 3 days of darkness were an eye opener for him. At the end of those 3 days, he got back his eyesight and was baptized. Then, after eating, his strength returned. He would need all three of for the job God had in mind for him. God had to blind him in order to set him free. Then, for the rest of his life, with various assistants, he traveled the area of Asia telling people about Jesus. Only God knows how many people came into the kingdom because of this man's teaching and preaching. Those 3 days of blindness brought Paul face to face with the truth, which is emet in Hebrew. Paul walked in the light of truth the rest of his life. When you walk in the light, you are really walking in the truth, and you are not walking alone because the truth is right there beside you all the way. That light of truth is a part of his glory, and yes, we can walk in it. Why should we? Because you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. She who the truth sets free is free indeed. Do you know the truth? If not, it's time to make his acquaintance and begin a relationship with him. For the answer to who is the truth, see John 14:6 and Revelation 19:11 part B. What are the first words God says? They are, "Let there be light." Genesis 1:2. Before those words were spoken, there was emptiness and darkness. God wanted to see what he was creating. Plus, he didn't want Adam and Eve stumbling around in darkness. According to 1 Peter 2:9 in the KJV, when God chose the Jews as his people, he called them out of darkness into his marvelous light. Matthew 4:16 KJV, God wants his people to live in the light. Think about it. Wickedness and evil usually occurs under cover of darkness. The people who do such things forget or don't realize God has perfect night vision. He can scatter darkness away with his eyes. Even though he made them both, God prefers the light. However, Satan prefers darkness. 1 John 1:5 and 6 tells us, those who fellowship with Jesus yet walk in the darkness are liars and do not live by the truth. That infers that truth brings those lies out into the light, which tells us just how powerful the truth is. Yes, the truth rises up out of the darkness and it stands in the light. Everything God says is the truth, and that's why we can stand on it. It's why when people are sworn into office, they put their left hand on the book of truth. Why the left hand? Because when the truth, i.e., Jesus, lives in you, the truth is in your heart, making your left hand closest to where the truth lives. It's the same reason why wedding rings are worn on the same hand. Then notice what the final words of the oath are. They are, so help me God. When a parent baptizes their child, they are asked several questions. Their answer to them is, God being my helper, I will. You can also exchange those very same words for the marriage vow of I do. In each case, you are making a promise to the God of truth. When you do not tell the truth under oath or give false statements to the police, it's a misdemeanor known as obstruction of justice. Lying under oath also defames and slanders the person who is lied about. The punishment can be a fine, up to 30 days in jail, time doing community service, or a combination of them. So you see, lying really doesn't pay. It only puts you in more trouble than you were already in before the lie. Truth and justice work together. They back each other up and balance each other. They are part of God's way, and that's why they are the American way. They are the backbone and foundation of this nation. We need to keep it that way by letting His truth shine out of us brighter than ever before. Why? Because in America, hate, lies, and darkness are not an option. You see, truth and light together make all the difference in the world. When we do, then He will shed His grace on us like never before. Google the Neil Diamond song, Coming to America, and have a listen. You may send your prayer request to heanswerstwo@gmail.com.